Hey losers, I'm back again. It's another Monday, so you know what that means. Hey Rasmus, how are you doing? Good to see you as always. I guess you were the one crazy fool that actually voted in the poll that I threw out there. Way too, I don't know what you call it, way too close to time for the stream. I knew I wanted to do something PlayStation 1 tonight, but I hadn't really decided what. I said, why don't I play some Vigilante 8 Second Offense, because it's like a criminally underlooked game. So while you guys were all playing Twisted Metal like a couple of losers, I was playing this game, the superior game. It's like Twisted Metal but in the 70s, so... If I could get my hand untangled. Yeah, exactly that. I threw it right into your hands. Let me double check to make sure there are no other votes. Nope, just Vigilantes, so that means we had to pick Vigilantes. And I will probably pick up, we'll probably swap at the hour to another game, but I wanted to play this. I haven't played this in a long time. If you've never played this game, essentially the plot is there's this gang called the Coyotes, and they basically put guns on their cars and start blowing up gasoline so that this company called Omar can get a monopoly on gas production in the United States. And the cops aren't really doing anything about it, so this group called the Vigilantes forms to defeat them. And this is the second game. The first game, a bunch of silly stuff happens. Nothing really that important. If you see the guy in the top right, he was one of the Vigilantes in the first game, but he like accidentally turns himself evil and takes over the Coyotes for the second game. And that's about the extent of the plot that you need to know. But in the second game, there are three factions. There is the Vigilantes, there's the Coyotes, led by Convoy there in the 18-wheeler. And then there's the Drifters, who are just a random assortment of people. I did watch the video you sent me of the Survival Arts tournament. That was enjoyable. Survival Arts is a surprisingly competent game that people just, because it looks so bad, people overlook it. But it's surprisingly fun to play in tournament. I've been in a Survival Arts tournament. I actually won. It was fun. Anyway, you voted, because it was just you, for Vigilantes. Probably the worst group as far as starting characters. But basically, we have to beat the game with all three of one faction, and we have to complete their objective in every stage to unlock the next character. Yeah, I know there was more to it than that, but it was an accident. Like, he didn't mean to do it. But you can go look up the ending for Slick Clyde from Vigilante 8. That's the guy's name. But we're going to pick John Torque, since he's probably my favorite of the Vigilantes, at least the ones that are unlocked from the start. Really like John Torque. Does anyone have a problem with John Torque's latest gig? JT has had it with the jokes. Shoot, a bounty hunter is as honest of a job as any. Besides, there's some decent bread to be made in wanted crooks. And it's fun, too, especially when the felon is the foxy Nina Loco. So every character has like a rival character that they will fight throughout the story. And his is Nina Loco, who's one of the coyotes. But anyway, every stage you will have like an objective you have to do. So we need to make sure we do the objective. So we need to locate 2 enemy documents. We need to protect the Meteor Observatory. And we need to destroy all the enemies. Now, I don't remember where the briefcases are, so we're going to have to go hunting for them. Oh yeah, this is some PS1 era stuff right here. And the music in this game is surprisingly good. I think there's one in this crater, but I'm not sure. We're going to have to hunt for the briefcases. It's been so long since I've played this. But every character has a special weapon too, which is really strong. You always want to get your special weapon. Unless you're like the time cop guy. His weapon is terrible. Okay, that's Boogie. He's like a disco guy. Yeah, that Until Tonight review, Fox. We're bringing it back. This is like one of those defining childhood games for me. Like, I forgot how I even found out about this series. I want to say I played the first one at somebody's house and really liked it, and so I went and rented it myself. And then when I found out there was a second one, that blew my mind too. No, 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 no. Well, I found the briefcase, but I accidentally... Like, you can't tell me this song is not supposed to be Highway Star by Deep Purple. Like, it's obvious what the song was supposed to be. The physics in this game. Yeah, like, see, that's our special weapon up there. Oh, we've already got a lot of special. Let's get some more. So once we get the briefcase, we'll take out Boogie really easy with our special weapon. I've never played Saga Frontier. I played one of the Saga games. I think it was the one on the Super Nintendo. Maybe one that's been like translated unofficially or something like that. Oh, there it is. There's the briefcase. Okay, great. Alright, let's go take care of Boogie now. Where you going, Boogie? Oh, he has... One thing that sucks about Boogie is that he can't be played in quest mode. So he's kind of like a bonus character, I guess you could call him that. Alright, let's total it. You always want to total the cars if possible because that makes them drop those little points, and those upgrade your vehicle's performance across all modes. So that's kind of like a completionist thing. You can try to upgrade all the vehicles. Alright, so see, we got all the objectives met, so that stage is clear. That's good. I didn't know that game got a restored remake on PS4. You know, I've actually never played Parappa the Rappa. I bet I would like it. It looks fun. I remember seeing ads for it in like GamePro magazine back in the day. There was always a ton of stuff about that game. I feel like most people don't know as much about Jammer Lammy, but it's probably just as good. And so one cool thing about this game is like all the characters' stories are kind of interspersed. Like you can see there, he talks about phoning Sheila, who's another one of the vigilantes. So you kind of have to play all the characters to get the overall grasp of the story. It's very different from fighting games where like some events happen to some characters and some don't. But in this game, like pretty much everything is canon. Like even the villainous characters that ultimately lose, like most of their endings is them losing. Spoiler. They remastered it so hard it's almost broken. Also, how you doing, Mikhail? Good to see you today. Retrieve coyotes. Oh, I guess I should have looked at that. Objectives. Retrieve coyote stash from tombs. Collect 2 briefcases. Protect the tombs and destroy all enemies. So the level will always end when you destroy all the enemies. So you have to make sure you do your objectives first. But we have to be careful going to the tombs to get the briefcases because Molo there will destroy them if we're not careful. I got to remember where the tombs are. Oh, there's also that crocodile that eats your vehicle. Okay, yeah. Yeah, those ghosts are attacking him because he blew up that tomb. I think there's another set somewhere. I should go find that. Hey, Riven Mike, how you doing? Oh, you got that new moderator tag too. Look at you looking sharp, looking official, wearing it like it's yours. So you're a man of culture as well. Oh yeah, anybody that knows that can quote the ending of Nam 1975 is a living legend. It's a champion among men. One neat thing about this game is a lot of the stages you can affect in strange ways. So like you can actually, besides trapping yourself in a cage like a moron, you can actually bust the floodgates, which will flood the entire level. Alright, tombs. Where's the tombs? And you take damage every time you do that, so I need to try not to fall in the water. Here we go. Come on, give me a briefcase. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now let's take care of Molo. There's another interview idea. I need to get up with the people who sang in the songs in this game. They took the risky bet here, and they made the songs like every character, the main characters have a theme song. and they actually had the balls to like sing about the character. And you gotta be real careful to pull that off, or you end up with like Sonic the Hedgehog, Knuckles, Ghost Pumpkin Soup stuff. Yeah, his car is stalling out because he got knocked into the water. The physics engine in this game just can't even right now. Oh, look who it is. That's got to be Toki. How you doing, Toki? Ha ha ha! Ronaldinho soccer! I should play that on stream. That would be fun. Oh gosh, no. Get away from the tombs, Molo. Nice. Alright, I think we did all the objectives. You're from that area, right? I won't say where you're from on stream, but did you have a copy of that game growing up? I think it originated in your country or close to it, if I remember correctly. And if so, can you please post a picture of the box? That would be amazing. First Boogie and now Molo? Yeah, so Houston that they're talking about in the text there, she was an antagonist in the first game. And so remember I told you about Slick Clyde accidentally becoming evil? So Houston has like this armband which lets the bad guys control her. But at the end of her story, she takes it off and throws it in the sink. And then Slick Clyde walks in like 2 minutes later in his ending and puts it on, and it turns him evil. So anyway, disarm NASA building and comm tower, collect 3 bombs, protect and launch the Apollo rocket. And I've got to remember how you do that. And see, this time they've given us 2 enemies to fight. How does one launch the rocket? I think you just had to get inside it, maybe? I don't remember. I always thought it was really cool they featured NASA in a level because I've always loved like space stuff. Oh, I got 1 bomb. There's also a shark out there. If you go in the water, the shark will attack you. To satisfy Elon Musk's bloodlust. Whoa. These physics, man. Like, oh yeah, that's Obake. She's one of the unlockable characters. But her problem is she has like no armor. Mike, sir, that makes too much sense. Okay, I got the rocket to the thing. I just got to remember how you actually launch it. Because I know that you end up getting on the rocket and getting launched into space, and as you fall, you collect a bunch of power-ups, so. It helps to not get set on fire, however. Oh, I think oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, watch this. Wait, that was supposed to launch me. I'm about to die, so while I'm dying... Of course, there's a Vigilante 8 wiki. You know, of course. Okay, at the entrance located under the tower, there are green lights or red lights. If you go in with the green lights, it launches the rocket. Okay.
Go and throttle up.
But to actually wait, that just launches you. To launch the rocket, you have to go into the headquarters. Okay.
Go and throttle up.
Okay. I think I got it. All right, let's try that again. It could steal the car radio. Yeah, this game was a childhood favorite. Like I just beat it with cheats when I was a kid renting it, and then later on when I got a real life job and money, I bought a copy of it, I think off eBay or something, and I actually like played through it the hard way and unlocked everything. It gets a little repetitive trying to unlock everything, honestly, but it's a fun game. It's more fun if you have people to play it with. Okay, yeah, see, that made the rocket move. And then so when it says go with throttle up, we go back and do it again, and it should launch the rocket. I forgot about the fact that NASA had gun towers. That's get baked, Obake. Okay, yeah, so now we need to go launch the rocket. Good work. Objective B met. Fantastic. Now we just need to find those bombs. So this was Armored Core before Armored Core was a thing. Armored Core might have been before this, because wasn't that on like the Super Nintendo at one point? Or maybe I'm thinking about Front Mission actually. And I think From Software made one of those, the Dark Souls guys. I want to say one of the bombs was out here on an island, but I don't remember. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, it should be out there. Should take care of Obake. This is one of those PS1 games that's got those like wacky textures that like shift around on the model. I love it. No, don't get rid of your... I've been marooned. Oh yeah, there's a little land bridge here. Okay. Yeah, there's 2 bombs out here. And 2 specials. That's one series. I've never played either of those. I've never played Front Mission. I've never played Armored Core. I tend to like most of the stuff From Software puts out, so I should try it. Yeah. Oh, he's got a flamethrower. We should be able to total him. That's Dallas 13. I really like him. He's a coyote, but he has a gigantic laser for his special weapon. It's super sweet. Oh yeah.
The odds were against you, fool.
Freaky Flyers. Now I haven't played that. Was that like a Looney Tunes game or something? Freaky Flyers? I have heard of Guitaru, man. I remember seeing ads for it. That's one of those weird games that I probably would have rented had I had the chance, but I just never, like, living where I live, I didn't have the biggest selection of rental properties. So if it wasn't like Zelda or Mario, it probably didn't get there. Probably the most rare thing I ever saw was like Buck Bumble, and I didn't rent it, and I wish I had because it like disappeared the next week or something like that. Yeah, see, there's Houston. She's like the ex-villain, but she's a good guy in this one. Yeah, I hate heat management. Sounds like some sort of resource management put into a game with the idea of making it realistic, but it just makes it not fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all about a good simulation game, but some things in real life aren't fun, so it's like, why would you want to play a game to do them? What do I need to be doing? Locate spare parts, protect the money train, destroy all enemies. If I remember correctly, you have to hurry on this stage because the enemies will just destroy that train, not even trying to. Also, you can set yourself on fire by driving over molten bricks in this factory. See, like, look at that railing. That railing's just spazzing out, man. Look at that railing. What a time to be alive, man. Office Printer Jam Simulator 2021. Yeah, Mike, you remember in the 90s when you go out to the fence in your backyard and it'd just be warping all over reality? There'll just never be another time like it. This is what stuff actually looked like in the 90s, just so you kids know. Like, real life was so low res back then. Train track just going all over the place. No sense made whatsoever. Just... Oh, you can shoot these and they'll like roll around the stage and hit people. Yeah, see. Hopefully that'll run into somebody. But right now we need to find those briefcases. What made these games so fun to me was all the stuff that you could interact with in the stage or affect by like blowing certain things up or like launching the rocket and stuff like that. It was back during the days of game development where they would just put crazy stuff in there because they could. Not nowadays, everything is so crafted and it's like, oh, if people aren't going to find this, we don't want to put it in there. What are we even looking for? Supply boxes. Where the heck would a supply box be? Oh, we'll set Boogie on fire while we're at it. Yeah, he's dead. He's been passed away. Excuse me. I need a briefcase. Where's a briefcase? I thought it would be like on the ground floor of this factory, but I didn't see it. Is that actual good Midway design, like something like Gauntlet Legends multiplayer, or is that like sarcastic Midway design, like, you know, reusing assets for 10 years of the original Mortal Kombat series? See, this game's even got Gregorian chants. I mean, it's just got everything. Maybe if I blow one of these up, it'll give me a... Oh, there's two main buildings, so maybe it's in one of the other. Ouch. Yeah, like, how do I get into the main part of the other building? When I was a kid, I had this figured out because you would have to do the same quest like 5 or 6 times. So I had figured out where everything was. But now I don't remember this level. The coyote levels are a lot easier because you just have to blow the stuff up and you're done. Some of Midway's stuff was both good and stupid. I can agree with that. Luxoflux, when they made this game, was like, what should the power-ups be? Just make them letters of the alphabet. It's fine. I forget what the X does. I think it increases your weapon accuracy or something. I don't remember. I wonder if the supplies are out here in the train yard. I know we're supposed to protect the train, but it didn't say anything about the train cars. I will Google this if I have to. This stage is called like Steel Mill, I believe. Attacking the train can reward the player with special items, crates, or playing quest mode will result... Okay. So we have to lightly tap the train. We can't hurt the train. Whatever that means. I still think it would probably get you thrown in federal prison if you did it in real life. Anyway. Oh no! Anyway. Yeah, that does sound very Midway 90s. If it were not for the power of the internet, most people nowadays wouldn't know how to find all the secret stuff in the original Mortal Kombat games. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, they found a new secret in that today. It's some kind of a... It's like another developer menu or something, kind of like the Ed J. Boon menu. Your MK Source posted a video of it, but I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. If you're here for Mortal Kombat, you should check out your MK Arcade Source. He's got a lot of great videos. Yeah, like this is totally supposed to be Highway Star. You're not fooling anybody. Oh, of course I gotta get 3. I don't really know what the AI opponent is doing. I guess he's just driving around doing his thing. Alright, here's a train. Give me items. Where are my items? Oh gosh. But did he drop an item? No. I mean, I can't just keep attacking it because it's eventually going to blow up. Is there another train? Oh yeah, here's some funky stuff right here. Heck, we may end up just getting blown up. Oh, they're awful forgiving. Come on, car. I wonder if one of the cases got knocked out by like the AI or something on the track and it's just like sitting around somewhere. But I hate to be just driving around the track aimlessly. Yeah, like it doesn't even care if we haven't already failed that. Yeah, I'm just going to say retry because I don't know where in the world the last one is. Unfortunate downside of this era in gaming. You don't know if it's something you did or the game did.
The cards have been dealt.
Well, there goes the top to that. Probably once we finish this, we'll play some Soul Reaver since it was requested. I do have the game right here for your enjoyment. Alright, so let's get to the train first and try to get... And if I remember correctly, it seems like enemies could pick up the quest items too, and so you would have to blow them up to get them back, I think. Yeah, like that, I'm pretty sure that dropped an item. Okay, great, we got it. Okay, you just want to die right now? Okay, fine. Yeah, he's done for. He'll blow himself up shortly. He drove through that man. Yeah, we still can't find the last piece, so I'm wondering if you have to beat the computer opponent and they'll drop it. Seems like I remember that being a thing. Just blow it up. Yeah, let's just try blowing up the enemies and see if one of them has it. Seems like Slick Clyde may have it. That's the guy in the limousine. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. I would hate to see a tier list for this game because it's probably completely busted, competitive speaking. No, I wanted to total him. Cool Spot. I would assume Cool Spot does have cutscenes because most of those like PS1 promotional games did because they wanted to use the best of the hardware. You either had the really goofy CGI or you did the really crappy live action like the original Resident Evil. Or Pepsi Man, in fact, is another example of that. So Boogie is probably about to get blown up, and we need to be there when it happens in case he drops that briefcase. Did he drop it? No. So where the heck is it? Oh, well, yeah, what you were talking about FMV, so I assumed it was on PlayStation. And it seems like there might have been a Saturn version or something.
You should learn when to fold.
Let's see, steel mill, blah. Alright, we'll have to come back and do this one because I don't know where that is and I don't want to sit here on the same stage all stream. You do get to move to the next level, but it doesn't light the character panel up, and you need to light up 3 to unlock the next character. How about everything in virtual highlight? Maybe I should just do that game for my 2,000 sub special. Just do virtual highlight. What do we got to do? Disarm booby traps. Collect 3 bombs. Protect nuclear reactors. Destroy all enemies. Okay. The bombs were fairly easy to find, if I remember correctly. But we have to protect the nuclear reactors while we do it. Those are the reactors. If you blow one of those up, it creates this huge explosion and you can catch enemies in it. It's probably even a bad idea to even open them up because now the enemies can get in there. Oh, well, that was it. See how easy that was compared to the other stage? Like, why does this stage, the last stage, have to be so hard? Now it's just a matter of blowing up Moon Rover here, who's floating indoors. Oh, and great. Padre Destinino is here too. Yeah, they're about to start making us fight 3 enemies at once. Ow. Come on, John, to work. Go. The mortar is sadly one of the weaker weapons. I usually just ditch it, try to go farm special, and then use it to blow the enemies up. Just pick an enemy and kind of stick with them. Except, unless you find one that's almost dead, like Garbage Man here. Yeah, you ain't getting that wrench, buddy. I shot him so hard he fell through existence itself. Okay, that takes care of Garbage Man. Takes care of Padre. Who's next? See, that was nothing to it. Come on, get the point. He's currently descending out of the map and into oblivion. Oh, Blast Corpse. My face when we had to destroy billions of dollars of property to avoid the missile carrier hitting anything, yet they were able to secure it perfectly well on a rocket to the moon. Interesting strategy they went with. Play a good game like the NES Golgo 13. I have actually played that. It's been a long, long time. And I was in that dumb young phase of my life, so I'm like, oh, this isn't a platformer, so this isn't any good. Which I think it's kind of like a point and click type adventure game, right? Something like that. Protect the lodge, destroy enemies, bring stolen prize money to lodge, collect and deliver 3 briefcases. Oh, great. It's a delivery mission. This one was annoying, if I remember correctly, because the slopes and the snow, you drive kind of poorly. You can ride a ski lift, though, so there's that. Of course, now we're going to have lots of enemies. The drifters probably have this stage the worst because they actually have to participate in like the snowboarding events and win them. And yes, there are snowboarding events in this level for some dumb reason. Molo actually drove a school bus in the first game, but the concerned parent types made him take it out. Gave him a prison bus instead. Side-scrolling Rainbow Six? Fascinating. Ooh. Where are you, briefcases? Stuck on the geometry. Beat it, Molo. Yeah, I think it's about time for a game switch here. Mainly because this level is annoying and I don't want to spend the time messing with it. Yeah, the 3D maze in NES. That's gonna be like Shin Megami Tensei or something with like the... It's always like the first person perspective 3D maze with those games. Yeah, I don't know where these briefcases are. So for the moment, here's some chill tunes on behalf of my buddy SMZ while I swap over to Legacy of Kain. Toki, are you still here? If F is online, tell him we're about to play his game. Yeah, tell him we're playing Soul Reaver just for him. This game actually got, it was like second place, I think, when I did the poll. So it really wasn't just him. Some other people wanted to see it too. I've never played through the game all the way either. I've only beaten up to the first boss, so this will be new to me. And the last time I played it was probably literally 15 years ago, so we'll see. Thank you.
Plans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel.
Whoa, Raziel, careful, don't cut yourself on that edge.
I stood with Cain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Cain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift.
I never played Twisted Metal, so you're probably right. Vigilante 8 can be tough.
Until I had the honor of surpassing my lord.
I never saw the trailer.
For my transgression,
Oh, do I need to crank it up?
new kind of reward. Agony.
Yeah, I was turned down a little bit. Let me know if that's better. And I can't believe they managed to squeeze 3 Twisted Metals plus one more onto the PlayStation 1.
There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation.
I also need to adjust my...
I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, who burn forever in the bowels of the
I guess I should take the standby logo off the screen too.
cast him in.
Poor Raziel and his edgy teenager self.
Tumbling, burning with white hot fire.
Why are there so many Twisted Metals and only like 3 Vigilante 8s? There's Vigilante 8, Vigilante 8 Second Offense, and then there was the horrible arcade only one, Xbox Live Arcade one we don't talk about. I like how Cain ripped his bottom jaw off, so he's just like Like Spiky Jaw.
And my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
How are you speaking, my man? You have no bottom jaw. I am your father, Raziel. See, that was all you got in the 90s. You know, maybe 2-minute cutscene, loading, bam, you're in the game, brief tutorial, get to it.
You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss. Raziel.
Yeah, that straight up sounds like some sort of Disney villain or something.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not
Apparently that guy's name is Tony J, and he has been in some Disney stuff.
Destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Cain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in.
Vampire science, yeah.
The demise
Is that how you determine how much sparkle the vampire has, a la Twilight?
remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate.
Destrega, I've never heard of that, which is strange because I've heard of most open fighters. Or fighters, I won't say it. What is an open fighter?
Avenge yourself.
Have you guys ever played Brigandine? That's a nice little, if you like kind of grand strategy light, I would say, with some battle elements. That's a really fun game. And there's Brigandine Grand Edition. If you check out Brigandine, make sure you get the Grand Edition and then get the English patch.
Soul Reaver,
Super fun game.
angel of death.
Game volume up. We can do that. For some reason, my audio setup, when I plug headphones in, I can't turn the volume up easily, so I have to adjust it. Yeah, Power Stone Arena Fighter would be what I'd normally call that. He just said it was an open arena fighter, but yeah. All right, I turned the game audio up a little, and I will. There we go. So I have a claw, I have a jump, I have a expose myself to the innocent children button, so I can do just about anything you would need to do.
These gates twist.
I will look up Destrega just because I've never seen it. It would be interesting to see what it looks like. Crystal Dynamics made this. That was the Gex people, right? Yeah, I mean, I always knew that Twisted Metal was the bigger game, but for whatever reason I happened to find Vigilante 8 first, and so that's the one I went with. And none of my friends ever had Twisted Metal.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls.
The voice acting in this game is top notch.
Your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the
So many good games from this era had just like garbage tier voice acting, but this is really good. Hey everybody, look here. There we go. Pressing the X button is going to be the first thing people do. I've already jumped. And to be a semi-early 3D game, the camera is actually pretty decent, which is nice. I almost became a Jill sandwich.
The ruins are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Speaking of Jill sandwich, we should play director's cut of Resident Evil so we could listen to the mansion basement music for an hour on stream. If you ever want a good laugh, go look at the mansion basement from director's cut and just read the comments. They're all like comedy gold.
Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
Oh, we got a lock-on system. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I know there's like the whole story with like the deaf guy that was actually faking it who composed the music, but somebody at Capcom listened to that basement music and said, yep, this is okay. I'll put my signature right here. Like, did nobody in quality testing have the guts to like stand up and be like, yo dog, this is terrible, you gotta fix this?
Will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
Yeah, deaf guy's no excuse. That music was so bad, even he should have been able to tell that this was unacceptable.
Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
As best I remember, this game was like pseudo open world, but I didn't play it really far enough. Maybe it was like just one long adventure type thing.
You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Good to know. Okay, I take back what I said about the camera. Gosh, I'm playing this level like a game journalist. Where is... Come back here. Did they really need to put a running enemy as the first one? Come on. Also, it seems like the camera is a physical object and I can't... There we go.
Your efforts are futile, Raziel. Such objects are but shadows in the spirit world.
Yeah, I told you, those comments are hilarious on that video. It's comedy gold. I guess I should have long jumped and then glided a car. Oh yeah, that's what I need to do. Oh, select. That's right. Also, it would seem square is confirm. Is that right? There we go. I like that little strut through the door, almost like he's a Belmont.
What are these creatures?
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed.
It was an attempt to be realistic, I think. Poorly, but that was an attempt. Would you like to have your soul consumed by a blue dude with daddy issues? And no lower jaw at that. I'm gonna fall in this daggone... Oh, I got out. Okay.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the...
Oldest trick in the book.
Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
Here we go. So long, eh, Bowser?
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
You don't say. I wish I knew where I was moving it to, but okay. I'm going to assume over there. Oh, the trigger buttons are the camera. Okay. Helpful. I'm sure somebody spent a lot of working time on that grab animation, but takes too long to get started. A blue dude with daddy issues.
My God.
So as I'm gathering I never played the first Legacy of Kain, but I'm gathering the story is this dude got screwed over. He spent a long time underground, and when he came back, everything had gone to piss.
Collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
No, it's not, Ernest, but I do have the new Resident Evil.
Is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth...
I've finished it twice already.
pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained.
It pretty much had to do with the fact that Capcom hired that deaf guy that was supposedly like a music prodigy to write the soundtrack.
Kain condemned the world to the decay you see.
But as far as the basement song,
The unraveling
there's another video you can look up on YouTube. Search Mansion Basement Fixed.
weaknesses on the brink
And it looks like what has happened. There's no like official explanation, obviously. But they basically like took the song and then changed the instruments to a different instrument. and it sounds completely different. It sounds like a normal Resident Evil track. So I think what happened was that they put the song in the game, but the instrument selection was either glitched or they picked the wrong instrument by accident, and so it didn't. Just go look up Mansion Basement Fixed, and you'll see what I mean. No, dummy, hold on to him. Oh wait, I'm supposed to grab those and impale him, I think. Yeah, there we go. I thought you could pick these up, and I was right. There we go.
The doors of the sanctuary were immovable, either barred from the inside or rusted shut. I would need to find another means of entry.
Or maybe just not go in there at all, you know? Sounds like me after I eat Taco Bell. It's probably honestly just faster to throw him. F, do you remember how you shot save game in this? Oh, I guess that's how you do it. Because that's what killed me on this game before, is I beat the first boss and then I got soft locked. The game froze. Well, it was a hard freeze, actually. Hard lock. And I just pretty much turned it off and never picked it up again until now. I see no way to dispose of him, so we're just going to keep going.
This, at least,
It sounds worse than cheesy crime drama.
the endlessly swirling vortex.
I was always partial to the comment that said it sounded like a bunch of clowns farting in the basement. Which, if you get on YouTube and you search clowns farting in the basement, that song will come up, by the way. Thanks to the miracle of algorithms.
Gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
BRB confirmed. Alright, go look. Go see. That song will come up. Can I throw him onto that little lantern over there? Oh, I just set him on fire that way. It still counts. The music is decent at least. I do appreciate that guy standing there and letting me get that health back so I could finish killing him. What a bro. Yes. Yes, you should. I want to pick that back up. Give me that.
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from this world like excrement from a boot.
That was awfully specific, Raziel.
I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
Was it Cain? Take your sweet time, soul. Where's a torch? Let's set this dude on fire. Game's got that Breath of the Wild weapon management where it breaks after one use. I don't know. I don't even think my man Raziel's wearing shoes. I'm not surprised, man. That game is like taken off. I saw a few videos complaining about the Kickstarter, but I didn't watch it, so hopefully they're not up to something Friday night shady. It'd be a shame. Yeah, it's just weakness leaving the body. And I think they're rightfully worried because Kickstarter has more than proven that, especially Kickstarter games, has more than proven to be a source of stuff that's overpromised. And I mean, I don't know much about the development staff. They could have experience designing games, but when you start putting that much money into something, it becomes a whole new ball game. It's kind of like the whole thing about, like everybody always wants to win the lottery, right? It's like, oh, we should win the lottery. I'm going to play the lottery. One, don't play the lottery. It's stupid. The chances are so infinitesimally small. You should save your money and put it towards something else. B, most people that win the lottery end up like either unhappy or destitute within like a year or two, because playing with money of that size is not like playing with money that a normal person has, so definitely not worth it. I gotta remember, I'm supposed to be absorbing souls after I kill enemies to stay in the mortal realm. Let's save so we don't have a repeat of last time, 15 years ago. As long as they stick to platforms where they don't have to every stretch goal chapter available at launch, they're going to be fine. Or dead. Don't forget dead. That was the number one thing I didn't like about Breath of the Wild, and it's part of the reason I haven't replayed it again, or I didn't 100% it. As much as I enjoyed the game, the fact that your weapons break after literally 10 or 5 swings, some of them, just a major turnoff for me. Not the kind of game I enjoy. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's kind of a mechanic that irks me a little bit. It makes it hard for me to enjoy it because I'm constantly worried about my weapon running out. I think a better solution, because I think what they were trying to go for was a system that encouraged you to use many different weapons, which is fine, but there are better ways to do that. I guess they were afraid of falling into the trap of, like, for example, Ghost of Tsushima. This was fairly obvious, like, you ran into a certain enemy and you're like, okay, time to pull out the spear, or time to pull out the sword, or time to pull out this, because this is what this enemy requires. So I'll give it to them. That is a very difficult balance as far as, like, we want people to use the weapons, but because no balance is perfect, inevitably there'll be a best weapon, so we don't want people to just fall back to the best one. But at the same time, we want people to try the different weapons.
No! Please!
Yeah, I hope people just
These flayed rats,
keep in mind what it is they're signing up for and donating money for.
they gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
People might start expecting more than just a clever rhythm game when they start seeing those kind of numbers and that kind of money. Like I said, I don't know much about Ninja Muffin and the boys, so I'm sure they're fine. But just keep in mind, Kickstarters have burned people before. Yeah, and I honestly think that's fine. And, you know, Dark Souls goes about that a good way. Honestly, to use a reference I know you're familiar with, that's why I like SMT Imagine so much. Is like, if you're willing to put the time and effort into nearly any build, you can make almost any build or summon viable. Dark Souls is kind of that way too, right? So you run the whole game with the Thorn Whip if you want to. You're just going to have to put in a little extra time and effort, but it is completely possible.
Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses?
No, that's very true, Rasmus. That's a good analogy. I think it was Stop Dropping Retro, another good channel to check out if you haven't, by the way. Is that the thing with Kickstarter is a lot of people treat it like a store rather than an investment platform, which is what it really is. And then also, like, if you're funding something like Bloodstain, Ritual of the Night, okay, great. You know, it's Koji Uragashi. He's probably going to make this game if he gets the money. You know exactly what it's going to be, and so that's fine. But if some guy shows up on Kickstarter and he's like, hey, guys, I invented the new smartwatch, and it's going to revolutionize how you look at smartwatches. A, he probably didn't do that, or you would have heard of him. And then B, like, it's kind of like the Gen 1 Xbox. Remember the very first Xbox 360s that had the red ring problem? It's like, do you want to be the one that basically tests this out for everybody else? And if you do, that's great, but there's probably going to be problems with it. And if somebody kickstarts something and it's successful, big companies that don't need Kickstarter are going to come along and do it better. But here you're going to be with the crappy kickstarted first-gen model. So you really just have to view it as like an investment platform. It's not a store.
Made last, and therefore received the poorest portion of Cain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty.
Fire bad, beer
This
good.
weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring.
Yeah, Shovel Knight was really good.
Fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
It's one of those few like 2D indie platformer games I actually finished. I actually really enjoyed Shovel Knight. Ugh. These guys are extremely weak. No, don't auto throw. I keep forgetting you have to hold the button. If it was my preference, you would pick it up once to pick up and then once to throw. This game's graphics are so PS1 it hurts, but in a good way. Like drinking a Dr. Pepper as opposed to dropping a hammer on your exposed foot. Where am I supposed to go? I'm wondering who composed the music for this game because it sounds very similar to other stuff from this era I played. It reminds me a little bit of Battlezone Rise of the Black Dogs on N64, OST wise. Yeah, I think that was the gist of it. It was something. I think it was the disc tray that failed because the system would get too hot or something like that, and it would fail. My college roommate had one of those first gen Xboxes, and it red ringed on him. And he, if I remember correctly, he sent it off to Microsoft to have it repaired. They sent it back repaired, and then a couple months later it red ringed again. And so he just kind of, I don't remember what he did. I know he ended up getting one of the newer, like the black Xboxes with the new design. That's the kind I have. And other than being on par decibel wise with a jet taking off, it's fine. Never had any trouble out of it. My original Xbox was a long story, but it was a disk drive that somebody refurbed, but I didn't know that they refurbed it until I couldn't play Skyrim because the update that it required checked the disk drive for whatever reason because Microsoft loved making my life miserable. How? The Elite, yeah, that's the new one. That was a good redesign. Like I said, other than sounding like a jet engine taking off when you turn it on. So I never got into Morrowind. Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game. By the time I played Morrowind, I was already... It was because I had played Oblivion and I wanted to experience it. But it was really hard to go back to because Morrowind is an insane game made by insane people. Todd Howard, you've done it again. Well, I was talking about the disc reader, I think is what would fail. Or maybe it was the hard drives. It seemed like it was some thermal paste holding on to something that failed. That's been a long time ago now. I'm so old now. Like the Xbox and PS3 were some of the first consoles I felt really impressed by. But now they're like old news. Super old news. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. I think I'm going backwards because there's a... What am I doing there? Because there's a torch that I've already burned out. Yeah, I think they had to upgrade a lot. Yeah, I'm going the wrong dang way. That's the thing about these foggy games. It's easy to get lost. Ow. Yeah, Xbox 360. Those were the days. Playing Halo 2 co-op campaign. I'm not really a big FPS guy outside of like stuff like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark speedrunning. But I really did enjoy some Halo 3 back in the day. I remember when that came out, we all rode to GameStop in the next town over to pick it up. And we just thought it was the coolest thing, unlocking like all the customization gear for the single player mode and all that. Wonder if my I always played as an elite. I wonder if my character's still out there. Okay, so these are top tier apparently. Yeah. Yeah, for real. Some guy sent me a rant on Tekken 6 on 360 on Xbox Live. And I wasn't even good at Tekken back then. I'm still really not, but I was worse than I am now. I thought I was so cool because I learned that The Lee combo where it's like missed 1-2, missed 1-2, missed 1-2. Yeah, I learned how to do that. I thought it was hot stuff. And so I would just carry people with that online. And I carried some guy with it, and he got really mad and sent me this long expletive-filled rant. Good times. Okay, where does it want me to go? Hey Mooski, how you doing? This is Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver on the PlayStation 1. It was requested by someone in my lovely viewing audience, so pulled it up. I actually have the game, I just haven't played it in probably 15 years. Somebody gave it to me, but I never really did much with it. And by gave it to me, I mean they let me borrow it with the intention of giving it back, and then they just never got it, so statute of limitations ran out on that one. This dude seems cool. I don't know, like, what is the... I need my buddy that's a lawyer. Like, what is the legal definition? If somebody's like, hey, you can borrow this, and then they just never come get it. I mean, if they wanted it back, I'd give them back to them, but... It's like Shania Twain or whatever said, it's a little too late to do the right thing now. Stop, you violate the law. Something like 64% of players chose to avoid me. Oh, well, part of the thing with that was, and I figured this out, like, if you, like, say you play somebody and they're really a jerk, you don't like them, so you hit, like, unfollow or avoid this person or whatever, it reduces your rating, too. And that was, like, their galaxy-brained idea of, like, how do we stop people from just downvoting people they don't want to play with? Oh, we'll make it downvote you, too. But, I mean, most people probably didn't even realize that. That was classic Xbox 360 Tekken, right? Somebody beats your tail. Unfollow this person. Try to avoid this player. Oh, there's a door hidden over here. No wonder. It's a good thing stairs didn't change after 1,000 years. This music also sounds kind of similar to Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. Only without the janky gameplay. Pick a stage that doesn't allow ring outs. I thought every stage in Soul Calibur allowed for a ring out. Disclaimer, I am not a Soul player. Please don't flame me. Our local FGC actually has a very good Soul Cal player, tournament player. Very good at other fighters too. Oh, I just straight up absorbed these guys. Okay. I thought they would turn into like green souls, but you just absorb them. Okay. Thought we couldn't do anything underwater. Interesting. Reddy's fireball. You can run away now, dude. I've got full health. So do I have to go back to the warp room to get back to the real world? Or just here? I think just here. So that, I take it that's like my magic menu or whatever. Yeah, I knew BTD had some pretty good wins under his belt. Should I be climbing this, F? That looks like I should be able to climb it, but because there's no really way to go back through the water over there. How do I shot climb wall? Whoops. Me and what button? I'm gonna try going back the other way. I mean, that's obviously like you're supposed to climb this or something, but I'm sure I'll get the grappling hook later that will allow me to use that wall. Ooh. What's going on in here, guys? I should have never fallen down here. Oh, I've got to recharge. Yeah, I think I need to recharge, go back up, and then climb all the way across without falling. No, don't hit me. In fact, it seems like wall climbing may be the power the first boss gives. I don't remember. No, I haven't reviewed Fox, but that does sound like fun. I would actually participate in something like that. When you're like me and you played so much obscure stuff, I mean, you got a pretty good chance, right, of getting something that... Okay, I pressed glide and he refused. So that means this game is Kusoge and terrible, and everybody who's played it is a bad person. Oh, and I forgot, I have to recharge souls before I can go back and try again. Kind of a lame puzzle in my opinion, just because of the you have to recharge before you can try again type thing. Maybe just make it a chasm without it being water so you don't lose your soul charge or whatever. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Yeah, just don't fall in. Easy. Alright, let's... I gotta get in the habit of doing the long jump so you can... There we go. I'm not convinced I can make that one though. That's a long way. Oh, just barely. Okay. Alright, got it. Perfect. GG, easy, right? Nope. Oh, I gotta hold it. We're going to go ahead and save here. Ah, Criticom. I'm gonna have to play that, aren't I? Like, that looks like a bad game that's so bad it's not fun to play. And those are my least favorite. And watching McFish's playthrough, it was just the matches were so slow. Like a fighting game should be fast paced, right? But that just was ugh.
These wraiths are vampire spirits, fettered too long in the spectral realm. When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not allow these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
See, I thought I could go to the spectral realm and get through there. Get back here. I like how he does that little jump into the wall as if that's going to help him. Hear you, no kin. Is that in any shape or form related to Hokuto no kin? That's a fun, albeit completely stupid broken fighting game. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go to the spirit realm, fight Pegasus, get up on the ledge here. Except I can't warp back because of the soul limitations. We don't need to. Come to my mouth, soul. There we go. Oh my gosh. Like, why does going back drain your soul if it's supposed to be easier to be in the spectral realm? Why am I so salty about everything? Alright, this time let's probably just jump directly over there. When he turned into a Chinese Power Ranger. So obviously I'm supposed to go to the spectral realm and do something up here. Because these bricks wouldn't come out otherwise. Yeah, I know, like, stupid Kane just ruined everything. Like, I wouldn't have to be climbing up these blocks right now if it weren't for that guy. What a tool. Let's see, we got 2 torches. We got some blocks over here. Wait, that's one of those blocks that... Oh, okay, so... Oh, I thought that was one of those that would expand. But it looks like a block would fit here. However, getting that block up on the... I wonder what's in a wonder ball. But I also wonder if I'm supposed to... Hold on, let's get souls back. Come to this side. High jump. Come over here. L1 plus square to flip. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. The plot thickens. There was like one more of these games, right? I know there's Legacy of Kain, there was Soul Reaver, and it seems like there was one more where they had to team up or something. But it was really just an excuse to have both of the gameplay styles in one game. Tekken logic. Tekken don't use no shoulder buttons. Unless you like to map buttons, which I do not. Hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you again. Not Kathy Zamora. Okay, nothing down here. I wonder if I should pull that block and push it around here. I do like that you can push a block in multiple directions without having to reorient yourself. While this game from like probably 96 or something was one of the first games to figure that out, I don't know, but no, Tekken doesn't have EX moves. It does have, I mean, it kind of does in Tekken 7. Okay, pressing L1, flip the thing. So like Tekken 6 had Rage, which was basically like when your health got so low, your character would turn red and do like stupid amounts of high damage from then on. And then in Tekken 7, they added Rage Arts, which is a special move you can use one time per round while in Rage. And if it hits, you get this little cutscene. And it's like guaranteed damage that you won't drop, but yeah, as far as like true EX moves, only 2D characters get those, like Eliza and Akuma and Geese. Like, why can I not flip? Is that gap too big to flip the block up? It says L1 plus squares for flipping blocks, but he's not doing anything. There's nothing I love more than a good old-fashioned block pushing puzzle. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that I can't flip this block for whatever reason. Although it looks like I should be able to. We can push it down there. Finish him. Raziel, you are now champion in Mortal Kombat. Raziel, you've also stepped through the block. We saw Mortal Kombat. It wasn't that bad. Just wish other fighters are in it, but it was pretty gory. Yeah, I actually thought they did the fatalities kind of well, because late Mortal Kombat trend has been to turn fatalities into just murder, like torture sequences, which is never what they were supposed to be. There's another YouTuber, the Fourth Snake or the Fourth Dragon or something like that. He does analyses on Mortal Kombat and the current standing of the franchise, and he said that same opinion, that the fatalities are just like childish at this point. Because they're essentially just gory fatalities to be gory fatalities, that's it. Like, obviously, I think it wants me to take that block from this side of the room to this one, but let's check the spectral realm and see what's up. Like, because there's a block over there that's not doing anything, but there's a hole here. Does Guilty Gear have sprite dismemberment in it now, though? I thought it just had like the super KO moves and stuff, but the opponent just got knocked out and that was it. No, it wants me to stay in the real world here. I doubt we can pick the block up here. Hokuto no Ken was the first Arc System Works fighter I played, and I thought that was so cool. It had those instant fatality moves that you could do that would always instantly end the match if you managed to actually land one. I dropped a block on that guy and he died. Suck. Yeah, I don't know what it wants me to do here because I can't. And I'm not convinced my controller's not working right either because I had a really hard time getting that block to flip. It looks like those might expand out in the fake world too. Alas, no such thing. Like, obviously we want to reach the gate up there, but we're not going to be able to jump that. Ah, 90s games where they didn't tell you what to do. You just had to figure it out. The new Samurai Showdown does. I've never played that. I still want to because the old Samurai Showdowns were really fun. Is Yagyu Jubei still in the new one? That was always my main back in those old games. Alright, I'm tired of staring at this room. This game had a PC port? I didn't know that. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you love those people who put the story explanation before the actual walkthrough, so the entire story is ruined for you if you read far enough? Getting closer to where we need to be. Kill them both. Metal door to proceed. Climb the cliff onto the graveyard. Okay, yeah, it says I should be able to push it up those ledges with the L1. So I'm worried that something is up with the controller because I was noticing I was like running off in the wrong direction earlier. I mean, usually that's kind of been one of my go-tos in any game is like push the block where there's no way you could get it out of because you'll either have to reset the puzzle or it's exactly what they wanted you to do. Killer Instinct had Diet Coke fatalities, but they were better than the fatalities in MK11. That doesn't take much. Yeah, the guide says press L1 plus square. So I don't know if that means at the same time. I don't know if that means plus square. It's definitely not hold square and press it because that just makes him grab it. Okay, there we go. You have to bend down first and then press square. Okay, got it. Yes, this will definitely make my life much easier. We did it. We figured out basic controls. I'm a genius. You guys didn't know you were going to get a solid 30 minutes of just me being exasperated by block pushing puzzles, did you? And that's great, but how does that help us? Unless it wants me to... Okay, I think I know what to do. Using the power of deductive reasoning. First, let's flash everybody. Jump up here. Yeah, I'm so glad I figured out how to do blocks up ledges. I feel like the rest of the game should just be downhill from here as far as difficulty. We figured that out. I think this is what it's wanting me to do here. Can I grab this here? I don't understand why pushing a block opens the gateway, but we'll go with it. I've never played Daikatana. It doesn't sound like I'm missing very much either. See, I was thinking it was wanting me to push that block down here now that the gate was open, because that would mean I could take it across and then maybe use it to climb up, but... Invisible pressure plates. Yes, please. Give me that. Okay, so that was a dead end, but I think we can figure it out. Yeah, what was the wall crouch in Daikatana? It was something like really obtuse, right? And it's in like the first 5 minutes of the game. But I mean, to be fair, there was that one advertisement that made everybody mad. John Romero was just warning you. Has to be something to do with this platform and the other one. I guess I should go push that other block back into place. I'm full of funny ways of describing things. I think ironically that game made John Romero his. Oh, okay, there's like a platform up here. Okay, so when I jump on that, it's going to go back down unless we go to the spectral realm. Jump across. Yeah, that's what they wanted us to do. Okay. You see, I just wasn't thinking with portals. That was my problem. This is going to be another glorious block room, but we are not recharged. Yeah, I'm like a machine algorithm, man. I'm just learning. Is it sad? This is one of the puzzliest puzzles I've played in a while in a game. I feel like... And sorry, Rasmus, I know you get tired of me complaining about modern games, but there's just like no... Like Jedi Fallen Order gives you the opportunity to skip the puzzles if you can't figure it out long enough, and you got games like this that are just like, you just suffer until you figure it out. Oh, I didn't know you had passive recharge. That's nice to know, though. See, so that block is not grabbable. See, that's got some sort of bridge symbol on it. Oh, I think I get this. Okay. I should be able to push the bottom one, which will make the top one fall down. Except it needs to be the other one, right? Because the symbol has to match up. Okay. Well, never mind that theory. There's a symbol on both sides. I guess we could just get up here and knock one off. We could do that. If the camera would allow us. Okay. I did it. I saved Christmas. Okay. Yeah, this pushing a block in a direction other than forward is amazing. Why did it collectively take gaming so long to figure this out? Pushing blocks into place is that thing that non-gamers make fun of gamers for having to do in their games. Like, really. Okay, I bet I could. Am I supposed to turn the block around somehow? Because see, that one is facing the correct path. Dang it, PS1 camera? I'm not sure if I can... Let's put this one in here and see if it pops. I think that's the trick, is it has to be facing the right way. Yeah. I have none of that. You've seen me play Tekken. You know I don't have that. I wonder if it has to match or if I can just put it in there willy-nilly. I mean, I guess I don't need to, right? Because I can flip it, like, what, twice more? Once. Pull it back. Flip. Yeah, I can into space. Let's go. Shouldn't play Tekken this late at night. Apparently I shouldn't play this either because I don't know how to solve basic block pushing puzzles. Those Resident Evil 7 style double doors. Yeah, we figured it out. We are literally unstoppable now. I mean, this isn't the best camera, but this game's camera's doing okay. Wait, we've been here before. You can do it. Open the door. Thank you. I want to say we're getting close to that first boss, as best I remember. I know it wasn't too far into the game. Give me my sarcophagus staff. Wait. We've already been here. So why did pushing that block allow us to just make the loop around? Okay, I'll admit it, Modern Gaming. I missed the map marker, okay? And that was the main reason I couldn't go back to Morrowind, because you just had to read the journal to see where you're going, and I'm pretty bad at like remembering where I'm going. So I would just have to constantly like check the journal over and over again, and that got extremely tedious. I do like the fact that it didn't hold your hand in regards to finding places, that it like gave you directions and you like had to follow them. That was actually kind of neat, but oof. Well, if I guess I want to get back up there, it's a little bit late. Unless I can flip the block over in here for some reason. No, it won't let me do that. I thought maybe because I was holding the staff, it didn't want me to do that. I can do this. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you, though. So was that just a shortcut then back to this area? No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't have to go that way. You're supposed to be the expert, F. Millions of lives are counting on you and your knowledge of this game that you haven't played in years. Yeah, I think it's a shortcut. I think that's what they want me to do, is something up here. I wonder if there's like a Let's try this. So I noticed that there's multiple of these like alcoves here. So let's push the blocks to this piece and see if there's something over here for us to climb onto. Yeah, there we go. I knew it. Okay. Can I beat this man over the head with a rock? Hint, I can. Finish him. Yeah, the puzzles are extremely obtuse so far, and these are like the early game, so I couldn't imagine like late game puzzles. This is an interesting mix of game to have like some puzzle elements, but also some semi-open world exploration elements. It's an interesting combination you don't see very much. Usually open world explorer games like this are going to be like Banjo-Kazooie and just kind of be a collect-a-thon if they're going to do puzzles. But this game is more like an open adventure and puzzles in an open world. What, just chucking you in? The first swimming lessons guy that I went to as a child was kind of like that. So when I got to be of age, my parents are like, yeah, Trent should probably learn how to swim. Well, hey, there's this guy I know, and he's teaching lessons at the country club this summer. Let's sign him up. So they signed me up. And that guy's whole strategy was essentially like, I'm going to lift you up and then you just start paddling. And then you'll swim. And I was like, no, because I'm terrified that I'm going to drown when you let me go. So I learned nothing from like 2 or 3 weeks. Finally, my parents were just like, this isn't worth the money. He's not learning anything. And they got me swimming lessons like the next summer at like a wellness place not far from where we lived, and had like this lady who actually took her time to adjust me, a skittish young child, to the water, so that was nice. Yeah, go, son. Good luck. Yeah, I refer to that as the Jeff Foxworthy School of Parenting. He has this old skit about like, or this old monologue about how sometimes kids just have to learn things the hard way. The example he uses is like, so son, you want to stick a fork in the light socket? Go ahead and try it out. And like, you want to pull a 200-pound TV on your head? Go for it, kid. It's like, oh, that hurt, didn't it? You won't do that anymore. You praising the sun there, dude? Look at that 90s era PlayStation crossbow that guy's supposed to be holding. We'll take it. Yeah, there's a time and a place for the Jeff Foxworthy School of Parenting. Like, some things my kid just has to learn. Like, if it's going to be unpleasant for her but not like ultimately dangerous, I think sometimes you just have to let them experience that because they won't listen to you. And then when they see that, oh, mom and dad told me not to do that and I did it and something bad happened, maybe I shouldn't do it next time. Maybe they do in fact love me and want the best for me. They're inclined to listen, so. But you can't do that all the time. Sometimes you do have to jump in and pull them out of the fire. Oh man, block puzzles. Pushing switches. What a game. Touch this and this. Don't touch this or you'll die. Have fun. Hey, if you know how to install a breaker box, man, that's really good though. I was extremely blessed in high school. My high school had a VOTEC program, and I took electricity, and like that was one of the things they taught you was like how to run wires to motors and how to wire a house. But the teacher was extremely lax, and if you just did the bare minimum, you would pass with like a B or an A, but you wouldn't actually learn anything. And so that was a great opportunity. Like, I wish I knew how to wire stuff now, but I just squandered my time in that class. So much of what they teach you in schooling is useless, but that would have been something that was actually really good to know. Don't get me wrong, studying like Walden and Thoreau in English class has its place, but I wish there were more like practical life skills like that. Here's how to do your taxes. Here's how you do electricity in your house and not have it burned down. Here's how to install a ceiling fan, like stuff that would be really good to know. I'm getting low on that soul energy. Where's the soul train at? I probably should have looked before I leaped there, but okay. Wait, we're back in this place again. During this era of games, I was really bad at getting turned around and going the wrong way and going back the way I came. And at first I thought it was just my bad directional skills, and I think part of it is that, but part of it is the game design at the time, I think. Get out of here, spear. No. In particular, Quest 64, which that's not the best game anyway. Like I remember Quest 64, that ice cavern you have to navigate about halfway through the game. Just getting like utterly and completely lost. And you hit an enemy encounter and you had to maneuver around the actual map in the enemy encounter. And so when it's over, you don't remember what direction you were going and it all looks the same. I'm old enough to know what that is. Yeah, if you played Quest 64, you're getting up there. Sorry. I'd never really played any RPGs at the point where Quest 64 came out, so I was... Not only was I spatially lost, but I was terrible at the battle system too. Like Quest was like baby's first RPG, but I had more luck as a kid playing Chrono Trigger than I did Quest 64. And Chrono Trigger was originally just some game that I rented and played. I didn't really know what I was doing. I remember renting Super Mario RPG for the weekend, and I just did nothing but basic attacks because it never occurred to me to press like one of the other face buttons to do like the specials and like all the abilities and stuff. Because I didn't understand the concept of an RPG. I was just like, oh, Mario, I should press button to jump. Oh, Soul Train. Yeah, Soul Train was a little before my time, but I do remember like reruns of it coming on really late at night. It was kind of that one of those shows that like if you're sitting in the living room with your parents and it comes on, you know they're about to tell you to go to bed. I had really cool parents, so my bedtime was like 10 o'clock. But you know, sometimes if you were just hanging out and you were being quiet and being good, your parents wouldn't make you go to bed. It's kind of like that. So it's like if I saw, like if we made it past the top 10 list on Letterman, it's like, okay, I'm about to be asked to go to bed. And if Gunsmoke came on, you were in big trouble. Freaking Gunsmoke, man. Okay, I think we were just in here, so... Well, I mean, we were playing Vigilante 8 earlier, so you know how we feel about 70s on here. I actually like disco. Like, the Bee Gees are alright with me. Okay, we activated the Soul Crusher, but it doesn't tell us what it did. If I had to guess, the elevator back there is probably working now. Oh yeah, man. Like, I don't like so much like the Carpenters and like that kind of easy rock from the 70s. But yeah, I love some disco. My father-in-law is a big disco guy. The Bee Gees, just even if you don't like disco, the Bee Gees were a very talented group. I believe they were brothers, but they're very talented. Okay. Am I supposed to be unsticking the elevator here? A shelf dedicated to blaxploitation movies, so like Shaft and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Like, if I was younger, I wouldn't admit it to thinking ABBA was alright, but they're okay. Some of it. I tend to like the music with like the big theatrical production to it, kind of like ABBA was. I'm more of the 80s new wave guy though. Like I like the 80s alternative rock was the good stuff. Like obviously there's these little patterns along the floor, so I'm supposed to be moving, I think, within the pattern here. I wonder if I bring the elevator back up, if I can. Oh, obviously I can't move that elevator anymore. I would say spectral realm it, but Dolomite. Somebody gave my dad some old what was that guy's name? Rudy Ray Moore or something like that, the Dolomite guy. Or had the song about Dolomite. Like, I don't know if this is here because I'm supposed to do something with it elsewhere, or if it's just like to teach me that I have to move these blocks along the lines here. But where were the other lines at? And whoever designed this elevator is a moron. Disco Godfather. I'll tell you what game I would like to leak, and that's that Dueling Fireman game that was supposed to have him in it. There's some footage of it on YouTube. It was for the 3DO, but I don't think that a proto or anything ever leaked. It was about like rival fireman gangs like having singing matches with each other or something. Some truly bizarre stuff. It's one of those games that may not have been any good, but you want it to release just so you can see how wacky and crazy it was. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess if that's your whole living strategy, you can't really be picky either, right? I mean, beggars can't be choosers, so vampires can't be real estate agents because they can't pick where they live. Yeah, go look up the trailer for Dueling Fireman. It's the most insane thing you have ever seen. I only know about this game because it was in an issue of GamePro, like a preview. Like GamePro used to do those, like for big games you would get like a full page spread, but for any other game you would just get the little blurb. And so I remember reading they were talking about this game Dueling Fireman was coming out, and it was just some kind of fever dream, I guess, until years later I thought about it and I was like, did that game ever come out? And so I looked it up and it was very obviously canceled. I will throw that on the Discord. Speaking of which, as the stream wraps up for tonight, if you're not in the Discord, do hop in there. We would love to talk to you and harass you by using the hashtag all to tell you when we go live. Let's see, where is Dueling Fireman? Apparently there's... Wow, it's really funny that I mentioned that because somebody did an interview about the game 1 month ago and it was uploaded. Yeah, but anyway, I'll post a link to the... Yeah, if you want to see this video of Dueling Firemen, be sure to check out the Discord. Had Rudy Ray Moore and I think a few other like Hollywood name actors in it. It's going to be a full motion video game for the 3DO. And because it was for the 3DO, you know that it was the highest quality of game possible. Up there with true legends like Crypt Killer and Night Trap. And Way of the Warrior, can't forget that. Yeah, I know, right? Looks amazing. Like, who thought it was a good idea to cancel this? Like, I assume these need to go into the dots here? Or do they need to go... I do enjoy a good 30-minute block pushing segment, I tell you. I did a few just for fun speedruns back in the day of the Resident Evil remake, and my least favorite part in the whole game is when you have to push those 3 blocks in the hallway in the residence to create the bridge to go across the water. It's my least favorite part of the whole game. Just because it's so tedious. There's like no interesting tech. There's no challenge. It's just stop, push these stop, push these blocks into the water. Alright, now you can continue actually playing the fun part of the game. Wait, should this go somewhere else? There's one ender here. One here. Like, I don't even know for sure if that's where it wants me to put those blocks because there's no, like, guide or anything. This hole's covered up. This hole's covered up. Unless they're supposed to go into these like 4 corner pieces here, but doesn't really make sense. Yeah, see, that's like a track ender, so surely that's supposed to go there. That's a track ender. So maybe push this one. I wonder if the first Legacy of Kain had a lot of puzzles like this. I think that was an overhead game. I used to see walkthroughs for that game in Game Pro 2 and just think it looks so metal, but never actually playing it. Let's see, we need to get one there, so... Assume the quickest would be this one? Okay, so that just means we need to cover that up. Assuming that is even what we're supposed to be doing here. And we're about to run out of soul energy too. But since it is after the stream deadline, I could just be a wimp. Because I don't know what this is asking me to do. We can't really get out of here anymore. I don't see a switch. Unless one of these is open like in the other one. Ooh. Yeah, my brain does not work past like 10 when it comes to block pushing puzzles. At least not anymore. If it was like circa 2000 and I'm up POV, I'm up late playing this thing, yeah, I'm probably figuring this out pretty quick. But old man Trent, unfortunately not so much. Yeah, we're almost out of soul energy too. So why don't we just go ahead and save for now and then possibly pick this up next week during the Monday night stream. This definitely looks like something I would have got into had it not crashed on me when I was a kid. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. I'm going to get off for now before I doze off or injure myself with a block pushing puzzle. Like I said, if you haven't liked and subbed and all that, you should check it out. And I can understand it being so long because, like, no matter what your tech is, you're still going to have to spend time pushing blocks. So I do need to look up a speed run of this game and see what it looks like. I may do that before bed. But anyway, guys, if you're not liked, if you're not subbed, do so and check out the Discord. so that we can hang out in there. I do take requests within reason. Stuff I can get my hands on and do, I will play for you guys. But anyway, take care. Have a good night. I hope everybody's safe, enjoying themselves. Get some rest. There'll be plenty of time to waste your life on games, but get some rest.